What's up? How you doing? Here we are. Beautiful night tonight. Perfect temperature. No breeze. I don't feel a breeze. And just kicking back. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. McDonald Carey. Remember the old days? Housewives. They'd sit home, do a little cleaning, a little cooking, and watch soap operas all day. And back then, they would pull you in. I remember I got pulled in back in 1983. So I was, hanging out there with my cousins and everything, females. And they were watching General Hospital. And slowly, without even noticing it, it pulled me in. And I was into the story, and I couldn't wait till the next day. A little bit addictive. And then once that storyline was done, it was the one with the avalanche with Luke Spencer. Got paralyzed, and Natasha, his nurse, healed him. It was about the disc and the DVX and WXV or whatever. And that storyline pulled me in. I couldn't get enough. Robert Scorpio, Holly, they had the song Where's Laura? Laura, that song. Every time I hear that song, it reminds me of the 83 season when I watched General Hospital. Laura. It's a very touching song. You could feel that one. That one I could feel. Christopher Cross. Anyway, so we have a little bit of Ouzo here. We're gonna try out. Never had this before. This brand. See? And hasn't been opened yet. Brand new. It says 1856. Since 1856. A long time to be making this stuff. Legendary. Katsaros Distillery. The Spirit Beyond Tradition. 100% by distillation. Ouzo by Tyrnavos. 40% alcohol, which means 80 proof. So it says here the year 165-year-old unique recipe with 14 botanicals and seeds. Wow, they're really building this up for me here. And it gives you a little story that I'm not going to read the whole thing. Thessalia, Greece. If you want to look it up on the internet or the World Wide Web, go to Katsaros Distillery, Katsaros, and then distillery.gr. So I'm going to try this. We have our glass here with ice. Right? You can drink it without ice. You can add a little water. It makes it cloudy. I guess it's one of the benefits of this that they can't water it down for you at a bar and then sell it to you for full price, because it clouds up. You would know it. I should have brought a knife here. It's gotta be right here. Here we go. Found it. It's simple when you know the trick. There's not much of a trick, but okay, here we go. First time. Very nice. Nice. If anybody knows anything about this beverage, it's a little bit licoricey, or a lot. And I'll tell you this right now, right off the bat, I am not a fan of that licorice. Remember, the kids at school would bring that red snake-looking thing, red, black, and they'd cut a piece off and eat it. I'm not a fan of that at all. I used to see kids enjoying that licorice, but this here is different. So see how it clouds up. But very nice, very nice. We'll put it down here so we don't knock it off and break it, or an earthquake happens. Get that. So see, nice and cloudy, milky. That's good. Good stuff. Now if I had some olives, a little bit of cheese, bread, and some other items, this would go well together with that. Anchovies. Yeah, anchovies go good. They go good with this. Very good. My bride is texting me here, so I have to. So, hold on. All right, I am back. I had to take a phone call, and it went a little bit longer than I thought, which is fine. But just to let you know, the time has lapsed. As you can see, the hourglass needs to get flipped over. So I don't know what I was talking about before, but delicious, this product. Now it's even better. So today was very nice. Today was very warm. It felt like the last day of sophomore year in high school. You know that feeling you have, summer's here, you're all excited, you feel that feeling of euphoria. That's what it felt like today. So I have a book here. I used to buy these all the time, but the bigger versions, now they've come up with the worst case scenario pocket guide, retirement. These are cool little books. So very nice. For example, how to turn your garage into an office. That's one of the, you know, look at, this is, you know, I'm just showing you one of these, but look at this guy. He's using the car as a desk. You could in the old days. Now if you do that, the weight of the book will dent the hood. The metal is really thin and flimsy. What's this here? Remedy for grooming mishaps. How to find your condo in a condo development. I'd say you should know the number. Worst place to retire. How to get your grown child to move out. How to spend time with your grandkids. That's fine if you get along with your son-in-law, daughter-in-law, right? Sometimes they don't need that. They don't need you around. You know, they feel annoyed by you. Things to use as magnifying glasses. I say spend the money and just buy a magnifying glass. Things that aren't as good as they used to be. Today's youth. Reading conditions. Oh, road conditions. I need the glasses. Road conditions, customer service, the weather, music. Yes, I agree. The music is not what she used to be. You know, there's some good songs out there I do appreciate, you know, because I give the new songs, unlike some people of my generation, I give them a chance. I actually listen to new music all the time. All the time. So I'm well aware of all the new stuff that's out there. You know, I listen to top 40 radio, I listen to dance radio, hip-hop, rock, whatever's left of it. I listen to R&B, a lot of R&B. So I know what's out there. I do appreciate, what's her name there, the Espresso Carpenter, Sabrina Carpenter. You don't hear that name much. The only Sabrina I knew before this one was on Charlie's Angels. Dining out, not as good as it used to be. Parties, television. I don't know about television. They have some shows that you need a college degree to figure out. A lot of twists. There's continuity in there, you know, they don't end, each episode doesn't end and the next one begins within its own world. Each one follows the last one, so they're a bit more complex. I think the acting is better these days. Newspapers, those are becoming obsolete. Doctor's advice, I don't know what that means. The taste of food, I don't know. I don't have any issue with the food not being tasty anymore. Depends. Not tasty, add more salt. Fuel prices, yes. And they say sex. Apparently that's been downgraded a little bit. How to nap at a boring cocktail party. You hear that? Places not to take a 4 p.m. nap. In the steam room, at a grocery store, in the car while driving. Obvious stuff here, right? In a public restroom, on the sidewalk, at the bank. I've never taken a nap in those places. Questions to ask your spouse. What do you want to do for dinner tonight? Where should we take our next cruise? Is it too early for a cocktail? I've never asked that. I don't have early cocktails. Do you want to go downtown and watch people, or people watch? I don't know. I could do that on the sidewalk in the front. What time should we nap today? No. What friend should we invite on a round-the-world sailing trip? My wife would never get on that sailboat. Never. This I've never asked. I've never been asked to do this either. Do you want to alphabetize the bookshelves with me? Never came up. Should we visit the kids today? Well, my kids are young. They live with us. Do you want to play Boshi? Was that the Italian rolling of the ball thing, or horseshoes? You know, once in a while when I was younger, I would play horseshoes because there was a place in the back that had that, and I love tossing those things, 50 feet over. Do you think we would enjoy bird watching? No. And what did we do yesterday? Well, that I remember still. I'll just look at a few here. How to treat seasickness on a cruise. Stretching $1 on a fixed income. Stay home a lot. People that chatter when you eat, what to do about it. How to treat sunburn. Stay out of the sun. Ooh, that was powerful. I still hear the echo of that. That was crazy. It was like a 5-second echo. That was a deep, bassy explosion. And I want to check my phone and be like, did anybody hear that? Does anybody know what that is? That was intense. Somebody has dynamite. How to treat road rash. How to treat a needle injury. Yeah, just a few more. How to sail through a typhoon. Maybe when I was younger I would consider doing that. Not now. Not because I don't want to, but my wife, the trip, no matter how violent it would get, the storm I mean, listening to my wife complain about me doing that would be 10 times worse. So I don't even deal with that. Why'd you go? Who told you to go? You have kids now. Clever ways to take your medicine. How to take leftovers from the buffet. I know, buffet. How to spot a card cheat. I don't play cards, so I know how to play Old Maid maybe. How to prevent snoring. Apparently I snore now. My wife complains about that all the time, and I don't notice it, but changing your sleep position, Sew a tennis ball to the back of your pajamas. That prevents you from turning on your back in the middle of the night. Avoid alcohol. Well, I don't really drink, just a little bit, you know, like I'll have a little drinky poo, but that's not enough to, you know, make you see horses where there are none. I only have a little bit. Matter of fact, that's pretty much it for me. Change your diet. Do a sleep study. Apply nasal strips. Use a throat spray and practice aromatherapy. So, it's an interesting book. I recommend it. It's very thin, you know. Yep. So tonight is a take it easy night on the food. We're gonna, and I should have started this a while ago. I have a feeling when I go inside, they're gonna be like, "You didn't start," but it's very simple. We're doing hot dogs tonight with macaroni, salad, corn. What else? Peppers, things like that. So anyway, I'm going to look at that. It's beautiful. I'm going to go inside and begin the process because, and I'm not that hungry really because we ate late. Me and my bride, we went out to a restaurant and we ate late. So I'm borderline, not borderline hungry, but I'm where I should be. Like right now, I'm feeling this way. I would eat in 2-3 hours from now, but my kids are hungry. So anyway, once again, a fine product. I highly recommend it. Katsaros Distillery, Katsaros Distillery, Ouzo of Tyrnavos, Tyrnavos, maybe it's Tyrnavos. Enjoy responsibly. That's right. Don't drink and drive. Have a little bit of alcohol is fine. A little bit. Too much, it'll ruin your life. It's destructive. I don't know any bums that are having a good time with this because they have too much. Bums always having too much of this. They need to have a little bit less, a lot less. But that's how you enjoy it, in moderation, and on the lower half of the moderation. So I have a little bit, and then that's it. Do not drink and drive. I say this a lot, but people still, you know, you'll find yourself wrapped around a telephone pole, and the jaws of life will be trying to get you out there if you even made it. Anyway, that's it for now. Ciao.